I agree with most of the things you said, Wyatt, and I think it's great to have someone like you doing the role, but the money doesn't match the words, mate.
Well, yeah,
less than 1%
can I,
in incubators tied to universities.
Yeah.
Like, really, the Uber's doing 4 times what you'd put over 4 years in 4 months.
Yeah, it's not only Uber. The one I was going to mention was Samsung. One company, 1 year, $18.6 billion in research and development. Compare that to $250 million a year the government has put up.
So the first point that I would make is, while it's important that when we're using taxpayers' money, we are investing in the entire innovation ecosystem or that spectrum. But real success for me is when we generate greater private sector involvement in this space. So to give you an example, Israel, which is held up as the greatest example of this, they have the greatest number of startups per capita of any country on earth. They have the greatest number of entrepreneurs per capita of any country on earth. And the government investment is actually declining, but private sector investment is going through the roof because they've pulled the right policy levers when it comes to taxation, venture capital, to ensure that that private sector investment's happening. I think that's critically important for us in this debate. The other point that I would make is, just because we're making strong investments into greater industry collaboration around universities and getting that research out into the real world to create these new businesses and products and services, it doesn't mean that that detracts from what's happening in startups. And I actually get very frustrated in this debate when people say it's one versus the other. And the analogy that I kind of use is, you know, that taco ad where you've got the girl where everyone's arguing about whether you want hard tacos or soft tacos, and she turns around and she says, well, why can't we have both? If you look at incredible innovation hubs across the globe, whether that is in Silicon Valley, where you've got great stuff coming out of Stanford, or it's in Tel Aviv, where you've got high-end research in the defence industries.
Well, I've got to stop on you because I need to hear from the other panelists.
You also have a very vibrant startup ecosystem, and we can do both as a country.